camera?
Hi, I'm
Hi.
here with Girl Gone Raw, Elizabeth, and she's been doing the Fruit Lux and meetups for raw people, the way life, the way food
Should be.
And you've been doing them here. You started them all here.
Yep, all here. All here up on the hill. I think we started them maybe 4.5 years ago. We have a monthly raw vegan potluck, and we have a few core group members, and then lots of people that kind of come and go.
Right.
It's really fun. Great
Where
way
do you
to
live,
connect.
So, how did you get started on what? When did you become interested?
You know, my journey starts a long time ago. I lost my mom to breast cancer when I was 18 years old, and she was seemingly healthy, and she passed away. She was diagnosed in December, and she passed away in February. It was very, very sudden, and she was seemingly healthy, and I just was I was really freaked out, and I wanted to make sure I lived my best, healthiest life, and the problem was nobody showed me how to do that, so I've been on this journey to figure out how to be healthy, and I was a long time vegetarian, and I ate a lot of junk food, so I was a junk food vegetarian, and soon after my mom died too, I was diagnosed with arthritis in my right hip, and I had been an athlete and a runner, and they told me I had to stop running, so then I started to struggle with weight, and here I was, a junk food vegetarian, and now a yo-yo dieter, so I would go on diets, and I'd lose, anywhere from, I had 10 to 30 extra pounds on me, and I would lose the weight on any diet, and the second I stopped, I would gain it all back, and it was the cycle I did for like 17 years, and finally I was like, I'm done. I'm going to go vegan. I'm going to give up cheese and yogurt. And I thought that those two things, if I gave those up, the pounds would just melt off, and I would feel great, but I went from being a junk food vegetarian to being a junk food vegan, and yeah, so I still struggled, but that year I was vegan, I kept hearing about raw food, and it piqued my interest, and I bought my first uncooked book, and I said to my partner Maureen, all right, let's try to eat this way for 1 week. It was just an experiment. And day 2 at the dinner table, I made something horrible, and I said to Maureen, let's stop, I'm done, this isn't working for me. And thankfully she said, oh, come on, suck it up, what's 1 week? And that week literally changed my life. I have not looked back. I felt lighter, more connected to my body and the planet and other people than I ever had before. And I lost 20 pounds in like two and a half months. Wow. My weight's been stable for 5 years, and it hadn't been stable for like 17 or 18 years prior to that. So it's like life-changing. I feel good, and the other really cool thing that happened for me is I hated being in the kitchen before, and now I love it.
Wow.
So it's I'm an oil painter, so I think raw food really speaks to me. It's so vibrant and colorful. So that's kind of my story. So yeah,
that's
I love connecting with people over food. It's so important that we educate one another.
Hi. Hi. I love riding bikes. That's one of my favorite things to do, riding a bike.
So happy.
Yeah. Hello.
Another fruit locker? Yeah, it's Polly. I knew
your hair.
I knew I recognized you.
Hi, welcome.
So it's interesting that you were saying about the raw food. In New York, I was working on a construction crew, and we went into this old abandoned kitchen. I guess it was and it hadn't been used since like the 60s. And what we found when we went in there is we found all of these old pamphlets from this, it was like a Christian society called the 12 Tribes. But they had all of this food stuff, health records and things. And it was interesting because they were saying all this stuff about raw food is what you need to eat if you're going to live a truly spiritual experience.
Yep.
It was
That's
just
wild.
kind of really interesting.
That is unbelievable.
And here you are.
I love that.
Completely random
That's
food,
what's
yeah.
missing among some of the
I know,
more
isn't that cute?
popular vegans, you know, raw tofu and some of the raw foodists. Yeah, someone made a video on that.
Yeah.